everyone, happy holidays. I'm going to share a few words about faith and imagination this morning and then guide you through a holiday meditation. So I've been listening to Carolyn Mace a lot, and I loved one of the talks I was listening to of hers. She was explaining that she was working with a client. She's a spiritual mentor, and she could see the solution to their problem as they were describing it. And she said to them, what if you were just to do this, whatever action it was? And they said, I can't even imagine myself acting that way. So she continued to share that we are very, very good at imagining worst case scenarios. We can imagine nightmares. We will allow the mind to go really, really far one direction. But when it goes to imagining ourselves thriving in difficult situations, or being strong enough or resilient enough, or having courage, all of these things, our imagination seems to be very tiny. And my teacher Dharma Mittra says all the time to imagination is one of the most powerful things we have. He always says imagine the very best. So the practice isn't to imagine that the outer circumstances of our life are different, but to imagine that we are able to see them differently, or that we are perfectly equipped with whatever tools we need to navigate our life. And I know this year has been challenging for many of us. For myself, it's been a real opportunity to sit with myself and notice a lot of the stuff, notice the places where my imagination could use a little bit of refinement, and to work on that. So that's what we're going to do. And remembering that, how does this connect to faith? So whatever we're imagining, that shows us two things. It shows us about our belief in ourselves. So what are we imagining about ourselves? Imagining that we're weak, or we don't have courage, or we won't be able to handle it, right? And then also, what are we believing about whatever we believe the organizing principle of life is? Some call it God, or consciousness, or love. So if our imagination is quite small and on the dark, it shows us, oh, maybe we need to work on changing our belief system about that. And the yoga texts provide a lot of help with that, and meditation and practice. So let's do a practice right now. You can sit nice and tall. The eyes are closed. And imagine that breath is moving in and out through all the pores of your skin. As this breath moves in and out, the body becomes softer. You start to realize that what feels like a physical, solid body is actually a collection of atoms. It's actually light and vibration, and mostly empty space. The physical body is constantly changing, the mind constantly changing, emotions constantly changing. And the vibration of Om is said to be the most powerful vibration. So we'll chant Om together one time. Allow that vibration to touch every part of your being. Take a deep breath. And then bring all your attention to the center of the chest, spiritual heart. You can keep your hands in your lap, or it might feel nice to place your hands there to bring extra awareness to the heart space. This is the space where the polarities merge, and we go beyond duality. And imagine at the very center of your heart is a bright, bright light, brighter than 1,000 suns. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in this light. This light is of the quality of unconditional love, unlimited healing, And imagine that this light begins to transfer from one cell to the next until it fills your entire body. Unconditional love means completely accepting you exactly as you are. No need for shame or judgment or beliefs that you could be or should be better. However you are right now is perfect. This is one of the steps that's necessary to keep moving and evolving. So offering this light of complete self-acceptance to move through your entire being, accepting all your perceived flaws, letting go of unkind expectations you've held for yourself. And feeling that you can hold your inner kid with love and acceptance instead of punishment and judgment. Really breathe into that. If that's hard for you to imagine, then you call on a higher imaginer and ask something higher than me, imagine this for me. Dharma says you can imagine that you can imagine. And then once the body is filled with light, feel that this light begins to extend beyond you in all directions. It's an infinite supply of it at the center of the heart space. It fills you up, and then it moves beyond you. And you can offer this light to anyone you love who needs some healing or support. Concentrate on them, imagine it flowing to them, giving them whatever they need. Often what we need is just to stop believing our thoughts. Imagining them feeling completely supported, safe, held. Imagine this light extending to all living beings. Feel that light is moving to all the humans on the planet, all the animals, to nature. Feel that everything is receiving this compassion. Imagining that all those who feel alone or isolated, they can actually feel this right now. They feel comforted. And those who are scared suddenly feel a little more courageous, tapping into strength. Amplifying this with an Om. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So I invite you to do this meditation a lot, as much as you can, especially throughout these couple of weeks of the holidays. So instead of our mind constantly being absorbed with fear and worry and shrinking down our belief in ourselves, we take some moments to say, okay, I've got this. So whatever's coming up, I'm going to be able to move through this and learn and grow, and believing that everything is evolving closer and closer to love. Okay. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.